This is something many of us can relate to, especially when we're going through life's different stages. Hi, in today's video, I want to share with you how I chose a perfect box tie color for my curly hair. So over the years, I've talked about how maintaining or coloring hair and maintaining color treated hair can be a little bit too much work. So I've always avoided it. There were other reasons, but this is a big one. Back then, I had a lot less gray hair, so I figured if I colored it that time, then it wouldn't make much of a difference. So why go through all that hassle? I actually enjoyed my gray hair as it grew out. If covering my grays at that time wouldn't make me feel different or look different, then what's the point? Now, professional hair colorists will advise the first thing to do is to match your hair color with your undertone. So start by determining whether you have a warm undertone or cool undertone or neutral undertone. Personally speaking, I've never understood that. If you figure that out somehow, good for you. I haven't, so I'm not going to tell you more about it, but it's one way to look at it. You can always, once you understand what your undertone is, then it's always good to keep two shades, either lighter or darker, to your undertone. Another practical strategy is to look at your wardrobe. So if you're always wearing cooler colors like blues or purples, then you want to lean into more cooler shades of hair color. But if your wardrobe is warmer, say yellows and reds, then you want to match your hair color with that warm shade. That's because the warm undertones can suit you better. This is a very helpful strategy. Consider the maintenance that is involved in your post-color treated hair. For example, if you were to bleach your hair to get blonde hair, or like you need to bleach your hair to get the purples and the greens and the bright colors. So that requires more maintenance because bleached hair is more prone to damage than other colors that don't use extreme bleach to color your hair. So look at your lifestyle. If you are a person who takes extremely good care of your hair, have the resources and the money and the time and the effort to take care of your post-color treated hair, then by all means go ahead and do what you want. Some colors after bleaching can fade out really fast. For example, when I had blonde hair, I wasn't going for blonde hair. I actually was going for silver platinum kind of tone for my hair, but the toner with the silver color would not stay in my hair, so all I was left was with blonde color. So if you have that kind of hair texture like mine that fades hair color really fast, then you'll need more touch-ups if you go into bleaching your hair. But compared to that, the box dye is more forgiving because it's closer to your natural color. You're doing it yourself. It's all over the hair. It's not like highlights that need a toner. One of the most popular ways to determine the best box dye color for you is to match it with your eyebrows, the color of your eyebrows. This helps you to make sure that the color of your natural hair with the box dye is the color of your natural hair, closest to your natural hair. In India, I find that a lot of people just go and reach for black, but that can be so harsh for some skin tones. Like immediately you'll know that, oh, it's a box dye job. It's just so harsh. And I'm also speaking for myself. I did the black 2 years ago. It did not, look at it, no. That's why I went for dark brown color number 4, which is closest to my natural hair. My natural hair is actually not black. It's very, very weird brown. So the dark brown is much more softer and it's better suited for my complexion and it goes with my skin tone. Lastly, don't be afraid to experiment. Remember, whether you do a box dye job or whether you get professional help, either way, coloring your hair is your freedom to expression. That's how you express yourself and your individuality. Just enjoy the process of coloring your hair and taking care of yourself in the process. I already applied the box dye 4 days ago. This is actually my day 4 hair and it's time for wash, but I will take you through the process anyway. Always start with a patch test before you start applying it to your whole hair. Follow the instructions on the box carefully before you start applying. I used this box and it came with an applicator. So the box came with two things. You're supposed to empty this tube into this thing and shake it to make a solution. This solution has turned brown because it's been a few days. So I suggest you apply it as soon as you mix it. Don't keep it. I'm just showing you, this is only for the video purposes. Read the instructions carefully. The box that I bought, it had two options. First option is for the person who is applying it for the first time. So if you want to cover your roots, then you want to massage this thing in your roots also. I did not do that. I went in for option 2, where you just like apply it on your hair and work with it. It's basically for someone who is doing it for the first time but who does not want it on the roots. So make sure you read the instructions carefully on whatever box dye that you choose from. I applied the dye directly on my dry hair. When you're going to apply the box dye to your curly hair, make sure that you section your hair first so that you can apply the dye evenly all throughout your hair. This is how you can section your hair. For me, because my hair is so dense, I would make like multiple sections. Maybe you don't have to, or you can make less sections or more sections based on how dense your hair is. So I have made about 4 sections. As a curly hair enthusiast, I always make sure to be gentle on my hair. So make sure that you detangle gently, and then when you apply the product, you be gentle with your hair. Don't pull on your hair. After waiting for the recommended time, rinse out the dye thoroughly. The box I used had a shampoo and a mask inside. I used that shampoo on my hair only, not my roots, as it has SLS. I'm generally a SLS free shampoo girl. I followed up with a mask from the box. You can always choose to use this or your curly friendly hair mask to keep your curls hydrated and bouncy. The post-color curly hair treatment for curly hair is actually really demanding. In fact, you need new products like this. These are called bond repair treatments. And these are not your regular hair masks. These work like on a molecular level to repair your hair post your hair color. So after you've thoroughly shampooed out, whether you use SLS shampoo that comes with your box dye, or if you use SLS free shampoo, that would be a better option for you so that your color doesn't fade as fast. When you would use SLS shampoo, your color fades faster. So a better option would be to go for curly girl friendly shampoos so that your color doesn't fade as much. Once you've applied your preferred bond repair treatment, then you could detangle your hair this way and put it in a shower cap and keep it for the required amount of time. For example, if you were using a bond repair treatment from, say, Olaplex, which is protein free, then you probably can keep it in your hair for, say, 20 minutes. But if you're going to use a bond repair treatment that has protein, like Curlsmith, or the one from India, that's the Maintain Bond Repair Therapy treatment, now that has protein. So if you have protein sensitive hair, then you don't want to keep it for 20 minutes. But if you have severe color damage, you have severe bleach in your hair, then you want to keep it for 20 minutes. So you see, the amount of time is very relative to how much damage you have and what treatment you're using. Use a sulfate-free shampoo to prevent color fading. Maintain the moisture and hydration in your hair by alternating your shampoo with co-washes. If you don't know what a co-wash is, I recently uploaded a video that has my top 3 co-wash recommendations. It's actually cleaning your hair with a non-lathering conditioner type of a cleanser, especially for like color treated curly hair that gets so dry. You want to alternate your shampoo with a co-wash. Remember to deep condition regularly to keep your curls hydrated. And deep conditioners are different from the bond repair treatments I talked about earlier. Another post coloring hair tip would be to avoid heat styling as much. So if you just color treated your hair, then don't go and keep blow drying and use straighteners that have really high heat, because your hair is already so vulnerable after hair color, it's so dry. So using heat on top of that type of hair will force your hair to get damaged if you don't properly care for it after your color. All this is not to scare you, just to prepare you that there's a lot of work that goes into color treated hair care. I'm going to wash this out and probably take a shower and come back and show you how I style my freshly color treated hair. Let me walk you through my favorite styling method for freshly colored curls. I begin with a cream, then apply a mousse, and then finish with a gel. It's crucial to pick products that nourish your curls and also are suited for your hair type. And by hair type, I don't mean pattern. I mean like, is it fine? Is it coarse? Though that is the texture of your hair, and it matters when you choose products. So that's why it's crucial to pick products that nourish your curls and also don't weigh your curls down at the same time. After applying the cream all over my hair, I like to section my hair so that I can then style my hair in different sections. I follow the cream with a mousse. If you're wondering how you can pick hair products that are styling hair products for your hair texture, then remember that I can help you do that with my products guide. I will link it in the description. You can just download it right away. It's a PDF, and I have categorized like hair products in 20 different categories, and there are like 60 plus products listed and organized based on hair type and ingredients. Box dye is all fun and games and all, but there are potential drawbacks that we need to talk about box dyeing your hair. Any kind of coloring treatments, and especially box dyes, can make your curls even more prone to dryness, and curls are already so dry to begin with. So remember to deep condition every week so that your hair is nicely moisturized, and it boosts the moisture in your hair so your hair doesn't break from dryness. The chemicals in the box dye can weaken your hair strands over time. So it's very important to like take care of it right from the pre-shampoo step so that your hair is nice and strong. Sometimes there are inconsistencies, like especially if your hair is not prepared properly, then using a box dye color on your hair can give you inconsistent results. Did you know box dyes fade faster than professional hair colors, especially if you wash your hair often? One way to make sure that you're not washing your hair as frequently is to maybe refresh your hair as often as you can, so that your hair looks fresh between washes without actually washing it. If you're wondering how to do that, I have a whole playlist dedicated to refreshes. You can refresh with water or even without water. It's up to you, and totally dependent on how much time you have, what products you have, all of that. Even your texture matters. But the success of a refresh is 100% dependent on your wash day. So if your wash day is successful, it gives you the license to refresh your hair. If you don't know what is wrong with your wash day, and if you're not sure if the products you have are right for you, or maybe what you're doing, the techniques you're doing is not working, then know that I can help you figure this thing out with my one-on-one worldwide consulting. Here's one of the last drawbacks of using box dye is allergies. Some people can have like chemical reactions, allergic reactions to the chemicals in the box dye. And it can manifest like, having rashes or like severe itching on your scalp or on your skin. That's why it's super important to do that patch test before you start doing this. So I have applied cream, I applied mousse, then I used a brush, and now I'm just scrunching in flaxseed gel. You can make your own flaxseed gel or you can buy hair products that have flaxseed gels. But why not use henna? It's a great natural option. But any coloring process involves a chemical reaction. Dyeing with henna can take up to 2 days, which is quite painstaking if you want to preserve your curls' integrity. I've written blog guides about it, so if you're interested, you can look at them and follow the process that's in my guide. Personally, the strong smell of henna and the tedious process isn't for me. I prefer a quicker, more efficient method like box dye. This change in hair color also inspired me to make some changes in my makeup choices also. Dark brown hair complements different shades of makeup. So stay tuned for an upcoming video where I show you my new makeup routine. This subtle change can enhance your overall look. Choosing the right box dye can make a huge difference in your overall look and confidence. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up so that YouTube algorithm can work in your favor and show you more curly hair routines of color treated hair or like post color hair routines. Subscribe to my channel for more curly hair videos and guides. I post a new video every Sunday.